Okay, so since you're here in bar, I can teach you how to get the Buryat. The Buryat is the most important thing that you need to have in Stalcraft. Obviously you're gonna also have the Albarus if you have luck in the crates, but usually the Buryat is the one that you can craft, and it's the scanner that you use for searching for artifacts. Because if you don't have it and you're running around and searching for anomalies, you're going to waste your time. It's because artifact usually spawns after an emission, maybe 10 minutes or 20 minutes after the mission, and then there are some points where they are more common and some points where they are unlikely to spawn or likely to spawn. So if you don't want to waste your time, you just need to have the Buryat, and you will gain a lot of artifacts by using it. And in order to craft it, you need to have all these parts: the gamma group tracker, you need the beta group tracker, you need the alpha group tracker, and then you need to use your candle short range detector. This one, the candle short range detector, you can craft it in the barter, and they usually cost with the factory side or the middle part, I mean the forest or the pit side stuff. If you go in devices, and this is the candle, and yeah, you need to have the remains of a radio transmitter, you need to use the spring alternable chamomile, and then the pickle. But you don't need to really craft it because you can have it from the story quest, and you can use the story quest candlelight. What you also need here is the SAC1 wide range detector, which is a scanner that you can use by searching stashes, hidden stashes, and they are really important in the game because sometimes you can also find artifacts with them. You can also find shards, atoms, find whatever artifacts you can have with it. But obviously it's going to be really extremely rare to have all these types of artifacts, since you will also get a lot of common ones. What you usually do when you need to start farming for the Buryat is know the locations. So there are 3 types of different parts of the Buryat, like I said to you. All 3 of these have 3 different types of locations. The alpha group tracker, you can find them in Black Willows if you are in the stalker side, and if you can get the Kolos Agro Complex, I think you can also find the alpha group trackers. And then the second ones, the beta, you can find them either in the graveyard, in the forest, and in Poloski if you are from the stalker side, and if you are instead in the bandit side, you can find them in the dead city and the pad of fools. And then for lastly, one that you need the gamma dated blockers, trackers or something like that, I remember the name. You are going to find them in the north side. So either if you're duty or covenant, you're going to find them in inflow. You can find them in the barrier. If you're in the frontier side, you can find them in the covenant side. If you're in the temple swamp. And obviously when you are a rice stalker, you're going to find lots of signals here, but usually you will find more of them in the mines. There are also chances that you can get in the black detour or reflection if you are in the side of stalkers, I mean frontier and covenant, reflection, and then black detour obviously for rise and mercenary members. So what I usually recommend also is to use 2 wide range detector, because you need to stay there more often to get more parts in order to have the required stuff that you need, and then so you don't just run around and then go back again, because it's going to be a waste of time. So I recommend you having 2 or 3 of them, and it's going to be really useful because I learned that while I was observing some players who were playing high amount of time, and I learned from them how to have more parts of the data of the alpha, beta, and gamma trackers. And as you can see here, you have the signal. So there's a trick that you can use. You can use the short one or the middle range, and you need to have this sparking thing. The signals is going to need to be blinking. If not, it's not going to work. So some people just wait till the 10 counter or the red light goes to 10. It is also, that's the usual, the normal, the classic way to use the detector. But there's another way that you can use it, which is you can go until 6 blinks, I mean 6 red lights, and yeah, you can either use that like in that way, when you just wait for 6. And there's also another way that you can find it, which is just instantly click and then off your scanner, and it's going to locate you where the stash is. So right now I'm using the candle light. If you detected signal, you're going to have this candle light, and as you can see, it's if I go to this if I change my direction, it's not going to turn on, but if I slowly go to the right direction, it's going to light up. So it says that the stash stash is probably here, and you can also see the searching for signals percentage, which is in the right side, in the middle right side of my map, my HUD. It shows me how close I am. The more it's higher, the more close I am. Okay, so this is the stash for the trackers, and as you can see, I can get the alpha, and I can get some alpha data fragments, and I also get some artifacts with it. So it's really useful if you want some artifacts too, and you can also have some stashes from it. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the second way you can get it without waiting until 10 until 10 red dots. You can just wait until 6. I always recommend you to use the middle one because it's going to be really useful instead of the. And as you can see, it registers. If I go lower, it's not going to register. So there it is, and in the correct direction, which means it's lighting up. And if it's not in the wrong, it's in the wrong direction. So I'm really close, and there you go, it's here. And as you can see, I found another alpha data fragments, I found anomalous, and I found an onion also. So this is a really good way to farm for your alpha, and this is the third way how you can find them. And just instead of just wasting your time, just turn on and then turn off your signal. I mean your scanner. And as you can see, it's instantly goes to 10, and then just click search. Okay, so we found another one. So this time no artifact, and it's obviously random in how you get them. So the other area where you can find them is here in graveyard. Okay, here, since you are in the graveyard, it's it's a small map, and you can also farm for all the materials that you need, like for the zombie groups, for the dope stone, or for the northern moss, for the mat dens, and all those kind of stuff. And here you can also find remains of batteries. But since you're here for alpha the trackers, you just need to go to the middle. Obviously with a scanner, just pull up your scanner and then just do all the stuff that I told you before. Okay, so the scanner tells me I need to go this way, and it must be in this side. It must be here. Okay, there you go. Okay, so it's glitch. This one is glitch. Okay, it's not. Okay, so what? As you can see, I found a mirror. Okay, so here in graveyard, you can usually find the beta, and you can find them in graveyard, and then Dead City, and Polieskoye, or Path of Fools. Okay, so I'm here at Polieskoye. So Polieskoye is Polieskoye. It's not going to be also safe because there's going to be a lot of people farming you here, especially in this side, since it's the entrance for this side of the map, where bandits usually go either for it and then cross Dead City, and obviously stalkers go from the forest to the graveyard. But if they want to have the easier route, they just go here to the north side of the factory. And so here you need to also pull your trackers. Okay, there's another signal here in Polieskoye. Yeah, so it's going to be here, most likely. Yeah, it's here. And so yeah, so this is why I consider Polieskoye as not the best map. And as you can see, there's no signal. Instead, if you go back to graveyard, you're going to have lots of signals left and right. We can go to gammas now, which is in the northern side of the map. For the gamma trackers, they're really easy to farm. If you're here in the frontier side, in the barrier, you just pull out your trackers, your signal tracker, and you're going to find all the signals here. And as you can see, you can just pull it up, and it's just going to tell me where it is. Okay, there it is, the backpack, and here you can find the gamma data fragments and all the craftable stuff. Let's go to inflow. So if you're in the right side of inflow, in the upper right side of the inflow, and then you're in the frontier side, you're going to find some signals here. They're usually where the cliffs are, like here in these parts. As you can see, there's another signal. So you can see another anomalous stuff. Another signal. And yeah, this is how you find all your parts for the Buryat. And the Buryat is the strongest, like I told you, it's the strongest, I think it's the strongest secondary weapon, not because it deals damage, but because it provides you some artifact findings, and maybe with those artifacts can be vitality, speed, and all kind of additional buffs that you have. And it's also good for when you need to find some trackers, because with the Buryat you can usually it's going to have some markers, like as you can see, like a white circle. You just go there and you'll find your stashes, instead of just maybe trying to coordinate yourself with with the light of the candle light. And yeah, that's it. That's how you can find all of them. So this, like I told you, so this is the way how you find the Buryat, and you need to really grind a lot. And since it's going to take you a lot of time because you need to have a lot of them, so you need 125 beta and alpha trackers, the southern zone, and then you need 25 gamma trackers to the north zone. So this is how you get the best tracker in the game. One of the best tracker in the game. You see, the first was going to be the Elbrus because it has 120 meters to cover, and it has also really high scanning pace. And yeah, you can also save more energy.